What's up, everybody? J Heat Sports Media coming at y'all again with that fire as always. Spitting the hot topics and getting the sports conversation started. Y'all know what I'm talking about: football, basketball, and boxing. Let's get into it. We got to talk about the Los Angeles Clippers. Yeah, James Harden and the Los Angeles Clippers. Haven't talked about them enough. They've been balling since early December. Best record in the league since then, if I'm not mistaken. Remember when y'all was getting on James when he first got there because he asked out of Philly and he go again? And not to say that I like some of James's antics and him wanting out of certain places, because there's been issues there for me too. But when he said I'm not part of a system, I am a system, y'all laughed at him. Just like y'all did when he went to Brooklyn and everybody said it was going to be the Dribble Brothers and all that other type of stuff, and it wasn't going to work. But we saw whenever they was on the floor, they actually had some chemistry in Brooklyn, but they couldn't stay healthy, so we were able to stay on them about that. That's, they can't stay healthy, they'll never win, it wasn't meant to be, blah, blah, blah. But when he got to the Clippers, people were cheering for them losing games and talking about, see, this what he get. James is a polarizing lightning rod in the NBA when it comes to controversy, some of which he brings on himself. But if we're going to bring the heat towards him when he's creating the controversy, let's bring the credit to him when he's helping to do positive things on the basketball court, which he's doing. Since he's been with the Clippers, they've elevated their game. They have a serious championship aspirations going on there, and they should be considered a favorite, a top 2 or 3 team in the NBA right now to win the finals. They got the ability to go big, go small. They're deep. They can guard the perimeter real well. They don't have a legit, serious big man to deal with Jokic. That's a problem. We'll have to see if that's going to matter, because usually the NBA selects out for height, and the big men rule the day typically, so it's going to be tough. And Joker is an all-time great, and their team should be favored to win the championship. But that being said, the Clippers look great on offense and defense, and a lot of this has to do with James Harden and also Russell Westbrook. Give him credit and kudos for being willing to take a back seat and come off the bench to help his friend James Harden when y'all thought because it didn't work out in Houston, they'd never be together again. He welcomed him over there, and it's coming off the bench. Something he didn't want to do for the Lakers, but he requested to come off the bench rather than being told when he was in the Lakers situation that he needed to come off the bench when he probably thought starting was better there. Regardless if it was or if it wasn't, Russell Westbrook deserves huge kudos for what he did for the Clippers. And James Harden deserves extra credit. He's over there. He's not trying to lead the team in scoring like people thought he was going to be doing. Oh, he just wants to go somewhere and get back to leading the NBA in scoring, jacking up a bunch of shots. Nah, he there running the point guard. And he's got unselfish guys around him like Kawhi and Paul George. And now we see Russell Westbrook is showing you that as well. Not to say he hasn't been unselfish in his career, because Paul George wanted Russell out there to hoop with, because Paul George know how Russell helped him be in the MVP conversation once upon a time. And now with James orchestrating the offense, it allows Kawhi and Paul to play off the ball, which is what they do best. And then Russ can come in and back up the point guard position as well. So really, Kawhi and Paul George can just be two-way wing players. And on top of that, James, when he got it going and doing his thing, they ain't got to worry about scoring that much, especially Paul George, who we know has had issues at times stepping up, sometimes himself too. But he is a guy that's going to bring a high quality of basketball play on both ends of the floor. But now it's without pressure, and now that these guys are finding a way to make this work, thanks to the help as well of Coach Tyronn Lue, who should be in the Coach of the Year conversation, they got a real legitimate chance to be champions. Boy, would Lakers Nation hate that. And boy, would a lot of people hate to see James Harden get that ring. But he got an opportunity. They go to these playoffs, and he don't even have to be that dude that is dropping 40. In Philly, last year when they lost in those playoffs, James dropped buckets twice and got them 2 wins, in my opinion. But because he shrunk in a couple of the other games, didn't play up to expectations, the whole series seemed to be blamed on him. We didn't get on the league MVP, who didn't necessarily look like the league MVP in several of those games, but it was James's fault, right? But over here, he's playing where he can have just one of those big-time games he had in Philly last year in the playoffs, and that might be all they need, because another game, Paul George can be that dude. And you know Kawhi gonna show up anyway. And Russ will be that dude, because best believe, no matter how much people get on Russell Westbrook, he has delivered the same effort and energy, regular season and post. When he went to the finals with the Oklahoma City Thunder, he did not show up. They lost to a better Miami team, but he showed up. He shows up and gives you the only way he knows how to play, full tilt. But now he's doing that and being willing to take less minutes and do what's best just to win basketball games. I'm loving seeing it. I'm wishing them well. Will they actually win the championship? We'll see. But do they got a shot? Yes. And James has a lot to do with that. Put some respect on his name. All right, that's all the time I got. Y'all know what it is, and you know who you looking for. J Heat Sports Media. Remember to like, subscribe, or get at me in the comments. Look for me on YouTube, Instagram, X, and TikTok.